ran it through a couple different times. So the minutes that came out of that, as I looked, I think are pretty accurate, but I don't know if I covered all items that were discussed. So with that in mind, I don't know if anybody had a chance to read them, but if.
I read them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move to approve.
Move to approve.
I thought they were complete.
Okay, all right. So we have a motion from Brian. We have a second. Chuck, did you say Chuck? Okay, thank you. We have a motion to carry and we approve the June minutes.
I really think you did such a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's what you might say.
I know where that's going.
I know where that's coming.
I didn't like the order. You do a much better job than the order that you put it in, so.
It's not that easy, is it?
No, it's not. I've done it before. Yeah, it's not fun. We have no public or guest input. I don't know if, I didn't,
I just talked, Adam just called me. I was asking about, he always lets me know when he's putting revenue in, and he hasn't because he's tied up down there. He's gonna get with me next week. He put a deposit in June that was for the whole month of May. And then I processed it along with what I got for half one, and I turned in a check, over 17,000 into that went in the non-reverting. I just talked to him and he said, you know, with this tournament going on, he's gonna give me whatever revenue he's got up to date next week.
Okay.
So, but he won't be here.
okay. Yeah, they were quite busy today, so I can
Yeah,
understand
that's
that.
it.
So, all right. Well, maybe I'll follow up with him. I know he was out of state at least a week or two ago in Colorado. His daughter's softball, so I know he was out there. All right, Suki and Buffy, we're glad you're here today. Could you fill us in on Heflin Park?
Sure. Well, first off, forgive me for the sunglasses. My glasses are in the drink after we went kayaking this weekend. So I'm in the process of replacing it. I can't see
Suki,
diddly
that is a
squat
rookie
without.
move,
Get it-
Suki.
get it
That
out
is a
of those
rookie move.
Straps.
The dog ate my hearing aids, so.
Uh-huh.
That is a rookie move.
He knows about.
Right here,
straps.
Suki,
Yeah,
see?
she said I gotta get one of those. Yep, gonna go get it. Things down at the park are going pretty well. We had a very good 4th of July weekend. Folks came in a little early. We let the tent campers come in Thursday instead of Friday, since Monday's normally the holiday. So that was fun. We have not really had to toss anyone out since, but we did have a couple of incidents. Were those talked about last week? Okay. But they have been addressed, and we haven't had anything since. Speed has been an issue, and I did see a note on here about the one-way sign. It has not been put back up. I do not know where it's at, but we have requested the one-way sign be replaced. It came out last year, very early in the
Yeah, we
season.
talked about that in last month's.
Yeah, it has not been replaced yet. We've asked for it. We
Did
did
you fill
get,
out a maintenance form, Suki?
pardon me?
Did you fill out a maintenance form?
I will.
Yeah.
I have paper copies and then I'll scan them because it says something about CCing on the paperwork. So
I mean,
I'll get that. There's a few of them I want to take care of. We have 3 new friends. I'm sure you guys have seen them on Facebook. I have Ricky, Chucky, and Denny, and they are our slow down kids that are in the in the park. They're the plastic things with flags. They're holding them, so we name them cordially. And let's see, anything else that's exciting? Wood is going very good. We actually had to make an executive decision to go from doing the green buckets to we are doing 15 sticks of wood for $20 for 2 reasons. One, the wood that we received was like you would have gotten 2 pieces of wood, literally, because it's cut weird and all. Anyway, so we went to that and we went to $20 because that's a lot of $1 bills and change that we would have had been doing out. So we give them a credit. If they pay with the credit card, we're charging them the extra $1 for the credit card fee. So that's been going over really well. So we're just selling wood $20 at a time. And we are on the second shipment of 6 ricks,
geez.
and it's probably about half gone. Apparently the bills have not been submitted. We asked this last weekend because that crew was down there. And bills have not been submitted for that yet, so invoices or whatever, I don't know how it
On
was supposed to
their
be done.
end or our end?
On their end.
Their
they
end.
said
Okay.
Steven said he's been
their
so
fault.
busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but they're gonna bill it 5 ricks at a time, even though they're delivering 6 at a time because of whatever needs to be done. Let's see,
Okay.
that's all we know. I think that's all I got. You got anything else? We don't have a gator right
have a
now,
gator.
none at all.
What happened to the gator? Well, it's always been an ongoing issue, but
Yeah, it died. We had a load of wood in, getting ready to deliver, and it went clunk, and they brought the diesel one down for us for the weekend, for the July 4th weekend, and then they took it back to Dunn, so we have zilch
And the
right now.
tractor.
Yeah, we got the tractor back
Oh,
finally,
do
but
we?
yeah.
Okay.
We got-
so we talked about the gator in the last meeting.
Yeah.
And I forget. where
Well,
we
the
left
decision
it.
was made that we were gonna see if we had funds at the end of the season to purchase one.
Okay.
That we did not have well, I don't know about having the funds to do it, but they were going to wait to see what the budget was like towards the end of the year, if we could divert some to purchase a new one. Because we were under the impression, I think they thought that the one that they had given them that had the leaky gas or the leaky oil,
Well,
that they just had to stay on the oil was a fine replacement, but obviously not. So did they take it to be worked on?
they took it back to the shop, so
No,
Nate-
no, they, Rich Crew, or
Nate and Leslie come and got both of them.
have we involved a professional mechanic in looking those?
That's the first I've heard that it was down. I didn't know it was down.
We need to do that, make a decision, because they cannot go without.
No.
And it may be something that, and I'm not, bashing on Rick's crew, but get somebody that actually knows what they're
Yeah, I
doing
know.
with the motors and take
I
a
know
look
in
at
the
those.
past, if it's something more complicated, they can handle. they
Right,
take
right,
it to the
Yeah, let's
distributor.
just get a
Get a
mechanic to
dealer.
look at it.
But we got another thing going on this week with all this softball
Mm-hmm.
and everything, availability of people to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is a
So,
bad week. It's
Huh?
just because,
it-
there are literally almost 3,000 athletes in town playing.
We got some down at the
100
park.
I think, 107 or 117 teams.
There's a bunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, every restaurant I've been to this week's had people in it.
Yeah.
So they're everywhere.
Okay.
Can
So-
I offer a suggestion on this?
Sure.
So, let's get through this week for fast pitch. Let's get through that. Next week, I think we should have Rich take it somewhere, whether it's Wright down in Seymour or
Wherever.
an actual dealer or other shop. Get an estimate for how much, present that to us via email, tell us how much it costs. And then if
If
it's,
they
if
wouldn't
it's
pay for
super
it,
expensive to replace it or to fix it, then I think we, at the
Probably
next
has,
meeting.
it
should-
probably has some trade value, I would think.
Right.
Right. So my point is, there's no point in throwing good money after bad. If the, if
If
it's,
it's-
Well,
if
does,
it's a
does,
major-
does the county have anything for, an appraisal value being a certain percentage of new, the decisions
I
they
don't
do?
know.
Cause we do that.
Right.
If repair costs are, 30-40% of a new, we won't repair it.
Yeah. They may have, but that could just be a judgment call on our part because.
But once
if
we get a
it's-
repair
If
estimate,
it's
we
so
can
much
make
for
that
this
decision.
one and then.
it's
this
an
one-
old one, right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
one we've been using a lot,
Right.
like over the years. So it's not as if we haven't gotten our money out of it.
Well, but also some of the older ones are the better ones too.
Pardon me?
We find money for everything else.
We'll, first part of the week, we need to get on.
Get 'em on.
The only thing is, next meeting, we'll be almost toward the end of camping. I mean, like, because that's gonna put it at August and then making a decision.
Dude, is there a way to not wait?
Can we
'Cause-
rent? Can we
What?
rent one?
Yes.
We absolutely could, yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking about like, how can we still take care of them and still honor
Yeah, but
our
let's
process?
find out from a professional what it's gonna cost to fix it.
Yeah,
If that dollar amount is a certain amount of a new, talk to them about a trade-in and
Yeah.
we can do it.
With
We can do it.
non-reverting or?
Have they known
and I was
us?
agreeing
Have they-
100% with that. I was
any
just saying
knowledge
like,
at all
that
of
our
what's wrong?
process
We
is
don't
a
wanna wait
lot
till
longer.
it's
Taking oil
I don't
until
want
they
this
don't.
getting like,
Yeah,
they're
we don't
shutting
wanna
camp
wait
2 weeks
till-
later.
But if we have to buy a new, I agree with you, we could rent one in the interim because it's gonna take some time.
I'll check in with him and lay out the options. if
Okay.
if
You wanna talk to Rich?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we should be able to get at least a repair estimate by the end of next week.
and I'll,
And you're right, Kim, we don't want to wait till the season's over
no.
before we get it fixed.
right, and I totally agree.
Okay.
That's why I was,
Since how they're slinging so much wood.
right,
Right.
and they are. I mean, that's what,
Getting your work.
we're at 9 rakes of wood and we're not even through half the season.
That's your
yet, so-
favorite discussion item.
Oh, it is.
And how many
yeah,
pieces
exactly. All
Dennis
right.
loves firewood.
We'll get it taken care of.
Thank you.
So since you're here,
I'm
I'm
in
just
one
gonna
of my
go
moods.
through some Heflin stuff here. So you don't really have an update on you've been around, are they currently working on the sewer stuff?
No,
There's nothing, no. Mm-mm.
Okay,
nobody's been down there.
Nobody's been down.
I was told somebody was gonna be down July 6th, but I've not seen anybody.
That's what I thought too.
There's been some email traffic, on the approvals for the pumps and things like that. So there's communication for the project startup.
But
But
just be aware somebody might walk in one day and say, "Hi, I'm here to do this," and
Okay.
that's what it's about.
I'll look to see when they were scheduled to come in, because I have it in an email, I'm sure.
Did you happen to, I don't know if I included you guys, I thought I did. Did you happen to see the presentation on the Park with Us reservation system? Okay, I
No.
need to,
Did not. I would love to see it.
okay, I may have not included you guys on that, so I'll make sure I do that. So you've already said something about the one-way signs, so we need to make sure we get the order in there. We've already talked about the wood sales, and I've got on here work orders for Heflin. I haven't received any,
Right.
haven't been CC'd any on via email, so.
I've
if-
got a yellow folder with some paper copies of it to fill
Okay.
out and I will get them done. We've been a little bit swamped with the
Right. Oh,
yard
yeah.
and
I'm
lack
s-
of.
I'm sure.
So are any other issues that you have? Then we kind of talked about them, so
Mm-mm.
everything else has been.
No,
going good.
just, I think our biggest concern at this point is that vacate date and what has to be gone and what is what is the parks. We have
We have
no
no
idea
idea.
what
We don't.
belongs to the park.
I don't have a clue either.
Okay.
I was
And,
told that there wasn't much anything in there that was county park stuff.
well, then we'd have a lot of room to park a few things and put a little wood and all the other stuff in there. Does the washer, dryer and shower have to be removed from the building?
I know that's not hard.
Once again, that's not something that we put in there, I don't think.
I
but
know.
It can't be,
Okay.
I don't know how you could really remove that, I guess. I mean, if it goes, I guess it goes.
We
but I
rent,
doubt it.
we sold his site this weekend. It was the first time and everybody was thrilled. So it's gonna become one of the next.
So,
4 or
so
5
the-
site-
these items are his.
I don't know.
We don't know who's
We
there.
have no idea.
No clue.
And
I
it's
mean, like, we
something-
went to use the air compressor and all the air compressor bits and pieces are gone.
So he's.
So we
he's
assume that
taken
means it's his.
Stuff that he knows that we use to air tires and stuff with, but Nate brought me a tank and a hose down
good.
so I could have something to air the tires up on stuff,
Very
so.
good.
So part of the notification we gave him probably didn't include any of the other personal effects, or did it?
It did, it said, in the letter, it said, property is okay, it's somewhere in here, sorry. Premise are fully vacated and all personal belongings are removed.
Okay,
So, but
So-
I couldn't, even if I,
is that in here?
Mm-hmm.
No, I brought my.
last page, last page on your packet there has the letter. Even if I walked up there today, I couldn't tell you, when I think if every one of us went up there and walked in that, nobody would know what's what.
Mm-mm.
So
It's
these
a
are not
recycle
things that,
center.
that you're gonna be using, right? These are things that
What
need
was
to
that?
go
I
away.
can't hear.
No, that's, his stuff is what's in there. Rich had told me like the blower and the weed eater and the tree trimmer was what we had.
Okay,
So the
so,
rest of
and
the
we've
stuff.
given him notification,
And that was in that letter
right?
that
So-
says you must be vacated by the
Right.
23rd.
So if you're talking to Rich about the gator, let him know that he's got until
Right.
X amount of time to remove those items, otherwise they're gonna go to the recycling center.
Right. That's what the letter says.
Right.
Next to the garage is a forest of recycled plants that came from the recycle center, I think. Can we, if they're still there after whatever that date
I
is?
think we hold course until the 23rd. Then at
Figure out. a plan.
12:01 a.m. on the 24th,
Get a
you can,
dumpster.
you can get a dumpster and go to town.
Okay.
And obviously keep things you think you might need,
Right.
but other than that,
It's a snake bed. I'm okay with.
all right.
Okay, Reed and Sons are planning to start mobilization next Thursday, July 16th.
Okay, there you go. Okay, sounds great.
So
Well,
that
that's
is-
the septic at Heflin.
That's great.
Yes, for
That's good
half-
news.
for the sewage project,
That's good news.
yeah, and the company should be Reed and Sons.
Okay.
Okay, anything else?
No.
All right, thank you for everything. I hope things are moving towards, we're trending in the right ways. We have no Cora here, and I've not heard any news about how they're reorganizing their department, so I don't know what her status is at
She
this
has a
time.
new nickname. It's Milk Carton. Milk Carton. Have you seen this person?
Oh, yeah,
Milk Carton.
Milky.
Let
All
the
right.
minutes reflect that her new nickname is Milk Carton.
Bill Carter, all right. Well, maybe she'll fill us in at some point. All right, let's go through staff input. We have Kim Bennett here, our county council liaison. Kim, do you have anything for us?
No update, just we will be going through budget in August. But going back to what you were talking about, inventory or whatever, the county is going to be working on a countywide assessment of all inventory assets, whatever.
Okay.
That will help down the road, but we won't see the benefit of that until probably 2027 or so. So,
It'll take a while to
but
do.
that is something that is not unique to the Parks Board. It's across the board, so
Okay.
across the county, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
but just to let you know that is in process.
When, budget hearings are in August, is the schedule out yet?
Not by department,
Okay,
not that I know of.
but it'll go out plenty of time.
That's one of the questions I had tonight, so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gone out by department that I know of, but I just know it's the week of whatever,
What week?
August.
I'm sure it's the fun time of the year for you.
I kind of like,
You do?
I'm sick, that's
Wow.
why.
Nerd.
Okay.
Didn't
You're-
say that
You're a money
out loud.
person, so that's one of it.
It's the week before.
While you're looking.
Yeah,
anything
you
else?
go ahead.
Anything else that you have?
Nope, that's all I know,
Okay.
thank you.
Just interrupt me when you find it.
I will.
Jim Mahoney, our board member, do you have anything, Jim?
Yes. Rich has never removed the tree off of Jim Puckett's property. He keeps telling me he'll get that, and he's put it off and put it off and put it off. I appreciate it if he'd get that tree off of his property. It's off our park, it fell on his property. He said, it's a minor thing, but it's a major thing to him.
Yeah, I understand.
Everything else is fine.
You can basically say that's a Heflin in a way, even though it's just down the road.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, Jim?
That's it.
All right. Dave Apple, our treasurer, is here. Anything, Dave? Any?
No, not really. I just kind of filled you in there. I've been
Okay.
processing the revenues that comes in and getting it into the county budget or our non-reverting.
Are we
fund.
trending upwards or
Pardon me?
are we trending upwards?
I don't know yet. It's too early to tell. We just got, 1 month,
True.
we've had May and June.
Right.
And, when I was talking to Adam a while ago, he said, June wasn't really, we had some washouts and some stuff like that, but it's just part of it.
Yeah.
You guys had the same problem up there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
With camping, yeah.
I was gonna ask you, did you have any fireworks problems up there?
Not one,
Really?
not a one.
That's outstanding. I'm surprised. I meant to alert you on that and I completely just spaced I had a lot of things going on that
You
weekend.
may lose any fingers or anything.
No.
Nope.
mm-mm.
Yeah.
But when you don't advertise it, it doesn't happen.
Yep,
so.
it is.
Okay, it's great. Brian, our board secretary, do you have anything, Brian?
I do not.
Vacation,
I did.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun.
Costa Rica, right?
Yep, Costa Rica.
Good for you.
May I interrupt?
You may.
Week of August 17th.
August 7th.
August 17th, the week of, is budget hearings for departments that week. And I assume you'll narrow us in. We'll have a board meeting prior to that, so you
Right.
can fill us in.
Yeah, and it will come from Daleen to Rich about both.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
I will
kind
get a schedule as well.
of wonder rough ideas, so,
You have a plan.
Okay.
Okay, so nothing else, Brian? No. Okay, Chuck Wells is our board vice president. Do you have anything, Chuck?
I don't. So Rich made binders for us for the master plan. Did he get them to like county council, did commissioners, anything like that?
I cannot answer that question.
Okay, so, we know how busy everyone is on their agendas and everything. Kim, I'd love your advice about the best way to make them aware that it's been completed. Help ask them to review what's in it without actually taking up a bunch of their time.
So you have two options. You can ask for time on the county council meeting just to go over to everybody. Or you could do some mini meetings with 3 at a time, 2 or 3 at a time,
Why don't I do that?
and go over it one-on-one.
Okay,
There is value in doing that because it becomes more of a discussion and it gives you a little bit more opportunity to kind of answer some Q&A or whatever. But also really for you to spend the time showing the work that went into it that you don't necessarily get in a county-wide meeting that has a large agenda, right?
is it up to 3 at a time?
I think 3 at a
Yeah.
time.
So I will volunteer if it's okay with the group. I'll start that before the budget if they're available.
Yeah.
Right.
And based on the budget, I mean, you may be able to do it before the budget, but based on the budget, the budget was not written for a lot of new expenses
There
for
was
this
none.
year. So if you don't get it done before budget, I think it's still okay to do it afterwards.
Okay,
I don't know that if we were asking for a large budget increase
Right.
because of
We
something
didn't
in it,
ask
I
for
think it would be
anything,
more
yeah.
critical, but since we're not, that's just my
Okay.
take. I'll,
I'm
okay.
with Chuck on this. If you can get the information out there that shows what it is we've done to plan for the future, I think we're a lot better.
So
I
I
do
won't
too.
worry about the deadline then, but what I will do is make sure that I meet with the council before,
and I think it's important to do
Or,
that
I'm sorry.
too.
I'll try to meet with them in the next 30 days. But
Yeah.
if it doesn't happen in the next 30
I think
days,
it's-
I'll definitely meet with them and go over what's.
You
in
can
it.
send them an email, you can give them the binder, but unless you're actually stripping it down and
Right.
actually getting into the dive of it all, you're probably not gonna get anywhere, so.
All right.
probably-
Highlighting the points that we're looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Okay,
And I think it's something that has been asked, so the fact that we've done something that they've asked to see, I think it's important, so.
okay, got it.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you for your input on that, and thanks for volunteering to do that. Okay, Rich obviously is off this week, so he's not here. I sent him a copy of the agenda. Sometimes he sends me responses back to some things I brought up, but he didn't do that. I get it, because he's busy, so I'll just go through some stuff and then we'll wrap up. First thing is if you turn to the very last page of the packet, this is the letter that was created by the commissioners and our county attorney in regards to Tony McKee that was at Heffern for a long time. I do want to clarify something in Rich, I think Rich was not offended, but he was just taken back by the commissioners claimed that they didn't know that Tony was on site. And they've kind of backtracked that a little bit because, one of the commissioners was up there and was introduced to Tony, at the camp. And so they did know, but I think the one had just kind of forgot. So I think they were aware. And I think in its intended, early on in its intended period, it worked well, it benefited us. But there's been some things that we've been alerted to that just was not conducive to having a good campsite experience for everybody. So I think it was time did you get those emails, the text
Yeah.
emails? Okay.
This, to give you a little bit of background, this all took place, and I can't remember where it was Tom Hawes or Bob Harden was the president. But it came about because he had been paying us like $200 a month, and then he fell on our, and they said, he's helping out up there, he's doing this. We used it more or less as a security in the off season, and the guy was doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Now, I know people change, but I'm just telling you how
The
it came,
background, yeah.
that's how it came about.
I can absolutely see how it started and how he
Oh, yeah.
became a lot,
And there-
because he was beneficial to Rich.
It was beneficial to have him there. He could be there when other workers were, and he wasn't even working for the county at the time.
Right.
It was just, he was helping out. And
Unfortunately,
the other selling part of it was in the off season, he was there and we had a security system in place.
well, it was
that we didn't
it
have
was
to worry
mutually beneficial.
So that's how it all came about.
It just, yeah, we had some things,
Yeah, I saw the email.
Okay, I didn't wanna make sure you got
Yeah.
that. So, basically, if you read the letter, it just gave him a date by July 23rd, gave him 30 days notice to be out. His personal property and himself vacate the park. It sounds like he has left the park, still has some things there. I may ask Rich to give him a general reminder that, hey, 23rd's coming up here soon. If not, things are gonna get pitched. I guess that's probably what we
Yeah.
need to really kind of say. Because at that point in time, it becomes our deal.
So we
Um,
haven't gotten an update from Rich to see if he's talked to him or.
Yes, I mean, it's my understanding they had a breaker issue at one of the campsites. And he never did resign. So he asked him to look at the breaker situation. He was up there immediately and fixed the breaker.
Okay,
So it's my understanding has been somewhat responsive to needs up there, correct? I mean, now's your time to say yeah or nay.
Yeah.
So, I
He
mean,
came Saturday when we needed, when he needed him, because I got a hold of Rich and I said, hey, I got a breaker bad. There's none in the office. Because I mean, I could change out the breaker,
right,
but we had none. So
okay, so we thought he was gonna resign.
right,
at
but
that
that
point.
hasn't happened.
But that has not happened yet. I mean, I assume he's gonna continue to serve in a capacity for the parks.
Okay,
Now, how he's doing his time, he hasn't been there 17 hours, right? So that's the part I'm a little unclear on right now, on what is he doing? If he's supposed to be getting 17 hours in a week.
that was the expectation outlined by us.
Right.
Now, I know there were concerns about that, but at the end of the day, that's the expectation
But
is,
with Rich being gone this week, maybe he's out doing other things. Once again, I don't know the answer to that
Right.
question, but that's something we need to kind of talk about.
okay,
Cause they're not seeing 17 hours, I know that. I mean, I could tell you, you're not getting 17 hours, so.
When we've called him, he's responded. That's the only time we've seen him.
And like you said, with everything else going on, he may
Could be
be
somewhere else.
Other
Yeah,
location.
that's totally possible.
Yeah.
So, but probably need to find out.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is what's happened at Heflin Park. So moving forward, now, we did not go to the extent of trespass. I don't think we need to, but if it does come to that, then we have the ability to do that as well. So, if that becomes an issue, but it sounds like right now it's not been that. Any other questions about that before we move on?
no, I just want to be clear though, the expectation is 17 hours a week in season at Heflin.
Well, Heflin and or where needed,
Okay,
I think, because he's county employee,
Right.
yeah.
Please tell me what the 17 hours is about.
17 hour, he is a part-time employee, a seasonal part-time employee, and his contract or his, I don't know if it's a contract, but his employment,
Under whose authority?
Rich.
but the bottom line is we are not getting the support we need at Heflin Park from him in season.
But yet he came when they called.
That one time, yes.
Yeah, you only needed it once, right, technically? So. I'm
There's
not
all
sure-
kinds-
This will not occur again, though, will it? You will not call him anymore.
Well, it all depends. If he's not staying on site, but if they have issues at Heflin Park,
It's a two-edged sword.
well, see, he's a county employee.
Yeah.
Oh, he is.
Oh, yeah.
He's a
That's the
part-time,
difference.
yeah, he's a part-time county
He's
employee.
a part-time county employee with 17 hours required per week.
And what?
We don't, that's
Who
what I say,
justifies that 17 hours?
that's a Rich.
Yeah, Rich is the one that turns in the hours for all the people.
We need for Rich to clarify.
But he turns in the hours for all the all people that work for the park. We're limited to 28 hours. That goes back to a long time ago.
Yeah.
But he's the one that turns in the hours for the employees that are under him. So,
That's that's the Parks Department side of,
Okay.
yeah. So, but I don't, as a valid point, I don't know, to be honest with you, what exactly he's doing since he's left the park. If he's working off-site other places,
But did we know what he was doing when he was at the
but
park?
that's a good valid point too.
You know what I mean?
But now,
I think,
but now we know. Now we know.
Yeah.
And again, I go back to, it is the second most visited park in the system, and it is in season. And they have needs that aren't necessarily requiring a phone call that have to be done every week. Whether it's mowing, whether it's weed eating, whether it's getting rid of a snake pile, whatever that is. The expectation for me is 17 hours seasonal help, Heflin Park primarily.
Yeah.
That's what we
That was
agreed
kind of
on
the-
when we did this.
Yeah, because he was, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll,
The only other thing that I would mention is that there are probably a dozen, half dozen barrels around camp that have, pop can holes in them, and they're all
Padlocked.
padlocked.
We can't even
We
empty
can't
those.
they're full, they're overflowing, it's horrible.
What are they for?
Aluminum cans he's
Aluminum
collecting, I guess. I don't know.
So that, when you talk to Rich, that's part of what he
that's
needs to
part
take
of
with
his
him.
personal stuff to get out of there.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we're gonna be getting rid of that.
Yeah, because they're all locked. We can't get in
We
none of
can't
them.
do anything about it, we just scrape them into the trash and
How many of them are there? How many,
6 of them, isn't there?
About 6 or 7 of them.
if he doesn't get them, I'll come pick them up and take them to landfill. Or crude, sorry. But they have recycling. at the
Yeah.
landfill.
If they're aluminum, you can
Yeah,
recycle.
we can take them there.
Okay, so that's that.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
so let's move on. I can't ask Rich this question. I'd like to know how we get back on track for playground equipment.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
we were told that wait till you get the master plan to justify need. Well, the master plan shows a justifiable need. So I'd like to be able to try to get back, and then I can bring that up at the next time. Update on sewer connection, you've already indicated that July 16th was going to be a time where they might start, so that gives us, a thing to go by. I didn't get a chance to ask Rich, I assume our budget was turned in, he was supposed to get that in. And then when is our budget hearing, and you kind of indicated that was gonna be July 17th, so, excuse me, August 17th.
The week of August 17th,
Week of August 17th. We do not have our specific date.
assuming I'm in town, I'll go.
Just gonna count on him for some new truck update. I know you mentioned the last time that they were talking about September. I just didn't know if just an update on that. The last time we talked about a timber harvest at Heflin. That they kind of indicated that possibly the timber harvest could possibly put a big dent into a upgrade for our electrical service at the campsites. It could be that much of a financial gain. So it made me think, is there an actual plan for this? And who's in charge of it? And how's the financial part being managed? And will our personnel be involved during the auction process? These are all they talked about that being done, but that's gonna creep on, they're gonna do that when the leaves fall off and the trees and dude's gonna come knock down the lines, and then boom, they're gonna have this timber.
They should be liable. They would not knock down.
Well, when I say they're gonna take the power lines down so they can come in and harvest the trees. But I'm wondering how that's all taking place and how that's managed. Because if there is a financial windfall, I wanna make sure that our park board.
Was
is
this
gonna
talked
be-
about last meeting?
Yes.
And I wasn't here.
Correct.
yeah. And it was, he had talked to Duke Energy about dropping lines, but everything was gonna happen after
The leaves.
camping season.
Yeah, the leaves are out of the trees.
Right.
obviously,
And the big part of it was after the camping season,
Right.
over, we get up there in the fall. But I think he had talked to Duke about when they could do what,
Right.
and then I don't know. I thought he had somebody lined up to give us a quote on the, but don't quote me on it.
Right, there was somebody that Cora knew that he.
Right,
thought was
right.
a Good person, but like I said, we're all kind of talking about it, but I mean, before too long, we're gonna blink our eyes and the trees are gonna be out, or the leaves are gonna be out of the trees. And they're gonna be wanting to do this, and I wanna kind of be on top of it. So I don't know, once again, I can't, nobody here knows the answer to that.
Right,
But
I think you're right. Cora mentioned somebody that was legitimate so far as a timber person.
right,
And we probably need to have Rich follow up on that with her and find out who's involved, but we have to work through Duke.
right.
Get the lines
have to go
down,
down
and
first.
that all has to happen after the park book.
Will our park board be sufficient to get the monies? Will we get the monies? It doesn't go to the council, to the commission.
It's my understanding that it's going to go back into our non-reverting.
I'd like to make sure of that.
And we hopefully could fund, the plan was, or the thought process was, if we get a good dent, that would be a good investment into, we're kind of taking property that was kind of there and reinvesting it back at the property that's kind of there, which would be our upgrade to the 50-amp service.
Right.
So, and
That was,
You checked with the trustee of the township about what identity they have with that?
that part I couldn't tell you either. These are all, see, that's what I'm saying, all these questions need to be answered, and it's coming, and we don't have a whole lot of answers to anything.
Meet with the trustee next month.
Okay,
I will converse with them on what liability, what we have in that, and what.
I mean, I know the headstones are up there,
I know that too.
yeah, so that's a thing that they gotta be wary of,
Yeah.
or leery and wary of. We
They
don't want,
make a big issue of that,
oh, yeah,
and that's sad.
yeah, and I mean, I get it though, I mean, I understand, that's, that's somebody's grave, I get it, I wouldn't want somebody stamping on my family's grave, so. So I get it. So we need to lock down some information,
Right.
so hopefully here in the next, if you could be our liaison for that.
I'll do that for the trustee, yes.
Okay,
I'll
thank
be
you.
meeting with him next month.
We talked about the Park with Us reservation system last time. Now that you've been involved since April at Heflin Park, do you get a sense that that would be a beneficial thing to do? Or is it working just fine the way it is?
And we make it work just fine the way it is. However, there have been a lot of people that are there multiple websites, multiple Facebook, multiple things, because we have a lot of different people reporting a lot of different, it says these are your hours, it says these are your rates, it says, and I don't know what's.
Lisa had a site.
That's-
And I guarantee that's where a lot of people are seeing it. I have the site that we run, but we cannot, I don't know, she claims she doesn't know the password. Well, you can do a request for lost password. I think it's just being.
Yeah.
So it's not false information that's out there, but it's old information that's changed. So if people are seeing that site, which they've got bookmarked or whatever, that's the site they're seeing. They may not be, even though our site has increased dramatically as far as people seeing our site.
Yeah.
But as far as the false information, so beyond that,
We default to the brochure there, but I think it would be great because a lot of people are used to being able to look, even if we still do first come, first serve, having something like that to be able to look at each site and know what size, rig can fit on that site. What does that site look like? There's a lot of campgrounds. You can see it's gravel, it's a slab, it's,
well, the trade-off of having the parks with us is they do the stuff basically for us for free. They're making the money off the transactions. When they book a site and
It
there's
does an inventory, it keeps inventory of the sites then, so if they're booked, then it's just a matter of marking that and then
if someone comes
availability.
to you, comes to the sites and sees that, okay, campsite number 6 is rented. Well, I can't get camp 6 this week. I either pick number 5 or number 15.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like any reservation site, you go for a hotel. You know, I want to stay here the 21st through the 23rd. Sorry, there's no rooms available. Okay, I guess I won't stay there. So
When I
it's,
do a search, I'm getting your stuff.
Are you?
okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what other sites are out there, but who knows?
Is there a diagram at this point of the sewer system that's going in?
I will defer to Brian on that.
Yeah, of course.
And
This is
coming in the road?
Rich right now.
It basically falls underneath the road for most of it.
Okay.
Till it rounds the corner and comes down the hill, and then it's just gonna directional bore from that corner where the road comes in.
Up
down to the lift
restroom-
station.
To the restroom area.
Yeah, basically, yeah, and
That's
the
okay.
restroom area, the lift station's right in front of that.
Then it's our responsibility from that point if we increase the volume of the.
Is the person okay?
The sewer system hookup that we are doing it will support any kind of restroom
Foul ball or
expansion
what?
we will
Okay,
do.
okay. What I'm talking about is that vacant field down there. We can make that more accessible.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's
the
not
boarding
good where it
works,
says if you be hit by a foul
Yeah, the
ball.
boarding work's gonna be low enough that.
Hey, we're right in the middle of this. Are you wanting to listen in or what do you
You know,
want
like
to do?
build a house or something like that? Talking about it.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'll
Like
set
we developed.
the phone down here and I'll put you on speaker, okay?
I mean, it's just,
Okay.
I'd have to look at the prints, but it's probably gonna be 4 to 6 feet below the surface,
You,
at least, something like that, so.
oh, then he can't hear, can he?
Hey, can you hear me? All we can hear is the background stuff for the games and stuff, so. Well, I can't because the mute is, oh, you'll mute, okay, that's fine. He put us on mute, so if we, just be listening, we may get you back here. Okay, sorry. So. Yes or no?
I would say yes, because I think it'd be a good idea. The question is, are we gonna do, like at the beginning of the year, start taking reservations then? Or is it gonna be, like every other, another park that does, like every 6 months you can go in and make a reservation?
It'll be, I mean, if we did it, it would be, you could set the parameters. If you open up April 1st, let's say,
Huh?
you could tell the system, start taking reservations April 1st through November 8th or
Okay.
10th. And that's the only time they could do reservations.
Okay.
You can,
So-
How far out in advance will they be
Yeah.
able to make?
well, I mean, you just set it however, you could put the parameter to say, I'm saying this without knowing, without 100% certainty.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
But it's my understanding that you can set when you want it to open up, start taking reservations.
So that is always a sensitive thing. Guys are doing it. So, what if I throw this out there? Before we come to a decision about when we're gonna start taking reservations next year, can you guys talk to some folks? And then maybe the next board meeting we have, just say, this is what I'm hearing is most commonplace. And then maybe we can just adopt that.
Yeah.
For a reservation process. And it may be different for some people for the first time.
This would be a 2027 thing. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Let me throw something out there. We still gonna maintain the 2-week limit?
Yeah, you can set that in there too.
Okay, what if somebody says, okay, I want reservations for spot number 5 for this 2 weeks? And then they come back in and they say, after that 2 weeks, I'm gonna move to spot number 7.
They're gonna be out for 7
See,
days.
huh?
They gotta be out for 7 days.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
The only way you can set that up would be you have to enter certain information and now.
But if we keep the 7-day limit, then
Right, you can do that in the system except for if Dave Apple uses his information for 2 weeks and then Dave Apple goes to try to put his information back in, it's going, you can't do that. But if Mary Smith, who's your sister that's gonna be with you, puts her information, she can back
But
in.
if you require them to register a vehicle or register a
register
camper.
a number.
And then there, I'm sure there is something in there that, because I asked that
Is
question.
there is a nomenclature in there for this system to register a VIN number?
I asked that question and I don't remember what the answer was. That's been now a month ago.
That would be a great idea, because one thing we ran into this year, which we were laughing about, was that we've been checking the plates, make sure that they're plated and, legal. Not every state requires the campers to be plated, and so we had some that came in that they don't have plates. Well,
Wow.
we didn't know that.
Yeah.
We learned something.
The
but-
one thing nice about it is, at least this particular system, they all have this. You, me, you could all look at the back end of it.
Mhm.
It's a web-based system, so you can just,
You could look in there and see who's camping here and who's not.
exactly, anytime,
Okay.
any place.
Uh,
I don't need a decision today.
I know, but I'm just asking, okay, so there's a cost to this. Is that gonna be passed on to the campers?
Yeah.
I think that's up for debate, yes. When
But I
they,
mean, and I'm asking because I don't know what the number is, but I mean,
I think it ended up being about, total for everything was probably around 9% of cost involved. And there was one of them where one of the fees could not be changed. It had to be charged. The other fee, and I'd have to go back through my
I
notes,
see what you're saying, Dave.
was the other fee could be consumed by us.
That's a lot of money.
that's my take on it. And don't get me wrong on what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
some people go camping for the reason that's what they can afford to do.
Absolutely.
Now, don't anybody take this wrong.
No, I
I'm
get
just
it.
telling you.
No.
That's-
And-
no.
At 9% is the max it could be. The way when I spoke to the person on the phone, that there was the ability to, one of those fees could be split in half, or we could take on approximately 3% of that on our own accord. And then also that 6% that was the fee that had to be charged, might be able to be negotiated down to 5.
Right, but it's the same way now. If you go to a restaurant and you pay cash or if you charge it, they add a fee on.
Right.
And depending on the restaurant and the amount, some people just pay cash and forget about the credit card. And correct me if I'm wrong, in a lot of cases, people that camp may not have credit cards.
That's true.
And they have,
That true?
That's
they
true.
still have the ability in the system, if someone walks in the door and says, I just want to pay cash, they can, okay, we're gonna put your information in, you're paying cash, and it'll show that the site is reserved, they just could use cash.
Right.
But in the other verse, yes, there's several people that don't want to pay that fee, and I know I've got several people in my family that hate doing fees. But there's some people, out of a matter of convenience,
Right.
it's just so much easier for me to do that, I'll just do it.
And it's a generational thing.
Right.
My grandkids don't carry cash.
Yeah.
I mean, I
do, but
I just flat tell you that.
Is it
Right, Chuck?
9%
Yeah, no,
including
Savannah
the
does not
cost to
carry.
process the credit card, or is it 9% plus the 3% that it costs to process the credit card?
No, I think
In
that
that case, it's 12.
it was the whole thing, like I
It
said,
included credit
it
card
included- yeah,
processing.
it included
You
that
have to
whole-
use a proprietary processor.
yes, Stripe.
Stripe.
But that's something that we need to look at real close.
Yes.
To see if maybe we want to take responsibility for part of it and just pass a portion of it on.
And I think that's what we
Because,
should do if we did.
because of the convenience to the camp host of being able to do it. You see what I'm saying?
Now,
Because if you can reserve and they know you're gonna be filled up, it's a good deal.
if I could tell you that we could eliminate 60% of you have to deal with cash for campers, would that make your life easier?
I still got the other 40% that has to be processed and deposited, and it doesn't take that much more. We get a lot of credit card anyways.
But if they came in and you just said, okay, go, here's my,
You can go straight to your site.
direct your site, and you go.
That'd be-
Yeah,
and it gives you
time,
more time to
it's
do-
time, yeah. Mhm.
And that's what I'm saying about us absorbing
Right.
part of the,
My goal is to get more, my goal is I'm on a fact finding mission. We have a couple of months here
Mhm.
so that I can find out more information. But I don't wanna waste time if you don't think it's a value add.
Yeah, we will.
You guys are doing it every day. So if you think it's something we should pursue, you need to tell us. If you think it's, hey, we're good enough as it is, or then you need to tell us.
Yeah,
So that we don't waste anybody's time.
We'll
Okay.
start, we'll kind of lead the conversation
Yeah,
and see
we-
what happens
Yeah,
and ask some
kinda-
questions.
kinda
Yeah.
But I'm with Dave, Dennis, that, um, in a former life, we spent an awful lot of money on software that was no better in the end in
Yeah.
terms of time saving.
Yeah, the only reason why we need to consider this is because we have no front end cost.
Right,
Mhm.
We don't have to spend a dime with this company.
right.
Because they're all making it on their transaction fees.
Right.
And
If they're reasonable. then
matter of fact, I'm impressed because I talked to the lady and I got the sense, I mean, they've not, usually when you talk to a high pressure situation, you get a lot of phone calls and a lot of email, hey, are you interested? Are you gonna do this? I've not heard a word from these folks. So I figure it is what it is with them. They can't present it any other way.
If there's
So-
a way to update our website just to include the map and then like the image of each site and what it is appropriate for, I think that in and of itself would be more satisfactory than anything. I don't know how much it costs to add those types of features to the
This
website,
has
but
that, when you build this, when you build the system, you can send a picture of every site, which will put that in there, and that's what they see. When you go to the main site, it has a map. They do all this.
yeah.
You can also, how big a rig can you put in there, the max space, it has all that.
So no
I was
surprises
mentioning,
when they
like-
show up.
No, so if they bring in a 50-foot whatever and
Yeah.
they go, oh, sit right on there, there was nothing on it, so you couldn't take it.
Yeah.
So it does have some
The
flexibility.
fact that they didn't call you back makes me a little bit positive to them.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
if they're
I
not,
hate-
I mean,
I hate
they
pushy
presented what
sales.
they presented, I don't think there's anything else they could sell us there, so.
Why don't you guys kind of brainstorm this?
We
and
will.
Think through it.
It'll help when I send you the information. I
Yes,
thought
it
I
will.
did, maybe I didn't.
And we can kind of see if,
Mm.
when you send you information, you brainstorm it, see if it's value added. And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
But is the question, if we decide not to move forward with this, could we still do the
Thank you.
images of the sites?
I
for
would think
them
that
on
would
the
be an
website?
easy thing to
I
do.
think we could do it.
I don't know if
I
we
think we
can,
could AI it, to be honest.
IT, are you still on to hear us?
I'd imagine we.
Yeah, what's up, Dennis?
So, hang on a second here, Rich is saying something too, what's that, Rich? First Financial? First Financial for, I mean, they have say that again, what do they have? Okay, well, get information about that thing too. Okay, thank you. Okay, so, but you do some research, he'll find some information about that. We'll find out if it's gonna be a value add or not. All right, moving forward. Okay, this is why I wanna know if IT was on. Our old master plan is still on our section of the website. Is there any way that we can remove the old master plan and put our new master plan on?
Yeah, I think I know the commissioners have requested several months ago for new content to be provided to IT so we can get the current site and the upcoming new website up to date for the Parks Department. I
Okay.
haven't gotten anything yet on that, and I know we've been trying. I know I've asked a couple years to try to get before park season starts some new content. Because I think we've got a really big void on our website where we can promote the parks better.
Yeah, and that was my next thing is the website needs to be updated with current info, new pictures, and then we also have added a park that's not even on the website right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, we have Newton Park that's not even on the list. So.
yeah. I've worked here my current tenure for 9 years and have never been given an update for the Parks Department.
Okay, well, do you have a sense of when the new web, I mean, is it really worth doing it? The only thing really that I would really like to have done would be the old master plan taken off and the new put on, which is just a PDF link. And I don't know if Rich ever sent you I can send you, uh, the PDF we'd like to put on there if that would help you.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is just to do what the commissioners asked for IT help desk ticket to be opened with all of the content, and you don't have to put all the content in the help desk ticket, but that's the place to start. And
Okay.
then you know, we can work with Rich or whoever we need to work with on that.
All right.
I know that we don't need to wait for the new website because all of that content is transferable.
Okay, all right. We are definitely not anywhere close to having new content available. That's gonna be something that we'll have to do.
Okay.
So I can, now, when you say new content, am I thinking correctly that that could be video based, or does it have to be JPEG based, or, well, I mean, what can you do and what can you not do?
We can do pretty much anything, honestly.
Okay, that's good to know, because I'll probably be the one that's gonna be gathering the content, so mine will probably be more video based than anything else, so.
Sure. Yeah.
Sounds great, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, I think so. We're looking forward to getting that updated for you guys.
Okay,
And stuff like that already.
okay, say again, I didn't hear your part of you.
So we've already started a file with new pictures and new ones on there to be added. I had forgot about the 5-year plan, to be honest with you. Thank you for that. I can send that out Monday.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Okay, let's go through the parks. Does anybody else have anything on what we talked about there, any of the stuff? Okay, let's just blast through the parks here, then we'll get you guys out of here. Anderson Falls, we talked about the new restrooms. I'm hoping to maybe try to tackle that process in 2027. I'm also thinking that maybe that might be a good time, with the way the grant parameters were and the expense of trying to also incorporate Heflin's restroom
I
and
think that's a
shower
great idea.
in there. So I'm gonna try to move forward with that, but like I said, that right now is not a good time for me. Rich, can you tell me if the Azalea playground mulch was installed?
Delivery date should be sometime the end of this month.
Okay. Hey, just real quick, any updates on Clifford Park that you know of? Okay. Okay. The pickleball windscreens, any movement on that, updates on that at all? Okay. Concrete and electrical work up there at the pole barn.
Bring out some commissioners, hopefully Tuesday or the following Tuesday at the latest.
You're gonna present that in front of the commissioners?
Then the two commissioners will be put on the agenda.
Okay. So you had to get more bids?
I had, there was some problems with bids. One person put five-foot curbs and the other put 3, so they weren't having to practice that after bids.
Okay, all right. Do you know if the BMX expansion, do you know if when, obviously they're gonna probably wait till the season's over. Are they still on board with doing that?
Yes, we actually had, the county, one of the county, supervisors come down. They want to see how much pipe we needed to take to the creek, and they're looking into getting it ordered for us.
Okay, and who's gonna do that, them?
They said they'd come down and help us.
Hang on a second here, Rich. Okay, I've got you on mute.
See if you can get Rich on the microphone so I can pick it up here, because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sure I'm not.
All right. Here. Okay. Moving on here to E-Town. Any news on E-Town? Anything? You there, Rich?
Sorry, I didn't hit mute. I answered you, I just didn't take mute off.
Okay.
No, each on status quo.
Grammar, good?
Yep.
Okay, one of the things that we asked our camp host up at Heflin, they asked about the one-way signs. And of course, I asked about work orders and they had not submitted a work order for that yet. So they're going to do that here within the next day or two. So, that'll get our work order process, but they really would like to have that sign put back up or whatever, because speed is becoming an issue there, for sure. So, and they mentioned the wood sales have been going great. They've gone through about 9 ricks of wood. So that's been a successful thing that we've done. And I also mentioned to them that I had not received any work orders via email. So I just wanted to, it was more of a reminder for myself and them that if they needed work orders done, that they needed to get those submitted to you and carbon me on that for Heflin. So they're aware and they're going to do that. So be ready for some work orders to come in from up there. Okay.
Yeah, we had that conversation when we had our talk that they were gonna send all the work orders and copy. That's the conversation we had as well.
Okay. Sounds great. Anything up at Mount Healthy?
Nope.
Can you explain to me again, this is in regards to Newton Park, what is going to change in Newton Park when they do the bridge?
We're gonna lose some of that curve where it goes to the bridge. Well, they're not sure how much yet.
So basically,
They got staked out.
oh, they've got staked out now? Okay, so we're just gonna basically lose a little land to mow, right?
Yeah,
So it's not really gonna affect anything.
no, it shouldn't. Hopefully they won't, the bank won't be too steep. That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Okay, well, yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
All right, Owens Bend, is it back up and running?
Owens Bend is back up and running. We cleaned it up a little bit. We've got to go down there and sweep the parking lot again, but
Okay,
other than that, it's pretty good.
all right. Petersville, anything up there?
Nope, Petersville's good.
Okay, Rock Creek?
Rock Creek's running good. We're getting ready. We're gonna redo the 2 fields.
Okay,
As
Just-
soon as we get slowed down.
all right. One other thing here real quick, before I go to the rest of the parks. Jim wanted me to remind you that we still have a tree down on Puckett's property up there by Heflin.
Yes, I
Newton,
already
Newton.
got somebody that's gonna.
Or excuse me, at Newton, I'm sorry, not Heflin, Newton.
I know what you meant, sorry. When you said Puckett, I know what you meant. Yes, there's a tree spill down there, and I ran into him and told him that we would get that as soon as it dried out, and we found time. I already have a contractor that's gonna come take it down.
Okay, he's starting to be a little bit more vocal about it, so you might wanna, I don't know, there's much we can do, but just, if you can get it at some point, that'd be great. Okay, Wayne, we had the down trees from the storm. Have we made any progress on that with the insurance and a contractor?
Sorry about that, my phone went blank. The Wayne Park, we have all the bids for it. We've got a low bid. We're getting ready to take that Tuesday to the commissioners. We've got everything cleaned up and that lowered the bid in half.
Okay. So hopefully by Tuesday, you'll get get the authority to move on with that project, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know they mentioned that there was a sign that was missing. Did we get a new sign for Wayne out there or?
No, we haven't. We took all the rock and stuff out of there. I got a picture of the sign.
Okay, and then there was some discussion about the condition of the playground equipment, and you were kind of waiting for a county welding truck to go out there and help us out. Is that?
That's still on the books. We're waiting for, they're calling, the county highway is gonna call us when it's available.
Okay, all right. All right. Do we have anything else for Rich since we've got him on the phone?
You asked about the one-way sign. Do that.
Yeah, that's part of the work orders.
Asking about the gator food.
Oh, yeah. Since we've got you on here, we've got an issue, obviously, I think you know, with the gator up at Heflin.
Yep.
What is the thought process of trying to get that to a vendor? I'm not asking this week because I know you got a lot of things going on, but get it like next week or the week after to get that up to a vendor. You know, the Seymour implement and find out what's actually wrong with it. And then if it's gonna be a 35–40% cost of getting it fixed, can we work on maybe working a trade right then and there and getting something squared away?
Austin.
Still there? Still connected.
I muted you, sorry. We're gonna bring up the gator they had last week tomorrow. So they have one for the weekend, and we'll get the other one down there, but since the commissioners are paying for all of that, Heflin project now,
Yes.
I'll have money to go ahead and put that bids in, we'll give them a new one.
Okay. You heard it here first, folks. So the commissioners
We're gonna trade that one.
take that one and trade it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That, you have some smiling people, so. All right.
I just found out that the commissioners are paying for it all, like Friday before I went on vacation.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, commissioners, then. That's a load off us for sure, so. Okay, anything else for Rich that we can think of real quick? All right, Rich, thanks for calling in. Well, if we got anything, I've got some other things I need to talk to you about, but I'll talk to you that off-site, okay? All right, thanks, bye. All right, you too, see ya. Okay, good news there.
I couldn't hear all his status on the. They're gonna get them a gator tomorrow.
Gonna get a gator tomorrow. I don't know which one it is. I have no idea, but then.
Kind of like you said, the other one.
For the
He said the other one. I don't know what the other, I don't know if
Wasn't
that's.
as good as the one that's broke.
Yeah,
And then there's process in place to get a new one.
it sounds like to me since the
Commissioner.
commissioners are paying for all that sewage project, that there's now money definitely available to do, that he's just gonna get the bids and get a new one.
Good.
So, that's what I thought he said, so that's what it sounded like he said to me. So, between the baseball and softball, it's stuff.
No, you nailed it. That's what he said.
That's what it said. Okay, any other business or
You can
discussion?
always beg forgiveness better than ask for permission, so just go do it.
I've operated that way all my life.
Yeah.
Any other discussion, business items, anything I forgot or anything needs to be brought up? Okay, just a quick reminder that our, next meeting is August 6th. Kind of hard to believe that we're talking about August already, but August 6th, 4:30 right here in the council chambers. So if we have no other further business, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion with adjourn.
Okay, second, Jim. All right, time, 5:41.